It's the REKK report. Rekkhan's in the building, giving you the raw and uncut. You know how I do. Sit back, relax. Welcome to my world. We getting it in. Let's get this started. It's the REKK report. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the REKK report. Today I wanted to talk about something real quick, just to get this story get it out of my head and just let people know what's going on. I checked out the Katt Williams interview. Bro, this man dropped gems. This man dropped a whole bunch of gems and threw shots at a whole bunch of people. But from what I got out of it, it was that they said something about him. He just basically came to tell the truth, tell him his side, let him know, like, a lot of cats, they out there lying. So you have to, let them know about what's going on really with these individuals, why they clowning you, why they trying to clown me, why they act the way they act, etc., etc. Crazy, but very, very informative. I was more like, this is why he is one of the greats, man. He is one of them cats that's just, he funded himself. He's basically been putting out specials and DVDs back. I mean, Katt been killing it, and he been putting up his own dough to make it happen. So he's able to do whatever he wants, say whatever he wants. Cats like Katt Williams, Corey Holcomb, Dave Chappelle, Godfrey. These are people that are just like, yo, they're able to do what they want to do because of them being real ones. But he has talked about stuff like these parties and stuff like that. And I wanted to talk about something that happened at the gym. One of my guys I used to work out with, he was a former model, and he would tell me about the ins and outs of this business when I was coming up. He said they'd have these parties. The party on the ground floor, it's all, networking. You got this producer here, these people over here, these people over here. You can kind of, on the come up. But the models was every time the model wanted a spot, like if they wanted a cover shot or something like that, they would send them upstairs to these upper rooms in the hotel where these producers were waiting for them. And they had to do some things in order to get those photo shoots and those special spots. So I was more like, I heard about it, and I was like, I've heard about these sort of things happening, but I've been lucky to be able to navigate through it. When I see it, I'm just like, well, let me kind of like stay over here, or let me kind of like navigate my way, because I'm seeing certain behaviors and certain buzzwords are put out there. They kind of like let you know, like, oh man, he's trying to do some off the wall kind of, he's trying to do some stuff and trying to get me involved. Like, I've turned down quite a few opportunities because I was told in order for me to get those opportunities, I'd have to do some stuff, and I ain't want to do no stuff. And it'd be more like, they really like you, they really want you to be a part of this. Come on down to this function we're having a little later. And I was more like, man, nah, I'm good, thank you. Because I see where it's going, and luckily I had people in my ear letting me know this, who's been in the business long enough to be like, yo man, they proposition you for some stuff, man. Yo, be careful, bro, because it can go sideways, or they'll put you in a position of making you say, in order for you to get this, you got to get this. So I can honestly say I probably would be a lot further on in my career if I did compromise myself, my integrity, my boundaries, my morals, my standards. I just don't. I'm too cool for all that. I'm like, if I can't get it the way I want to get it, I don't want it. Is what it is. Yeah. So I don't want to get too wrapped up into what he was talking about, because I was just like, well, I've heard about it. I'm kind of like, I did it my way. So, but I'm gonna tell you about these two things that happened on, personally I remember a few years back or whatever. I would say, I don't know how many years ago, but I got a call from somebody saying they were interested in me, being a part of this, this movie project that they were filming out here in Chicago. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me know the deets. We can go from there. They were like, they're interested in you. They wanna meet up. So I was like, cool. It was a last minute thing. So they said, meet up with them at this hotel downtown. So I'm just like, okay, let me get myself ready, because this was like I said, within a few hours when they told me, to meet up with them. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna meet the people in this hotel, and we're gonna do a quick meeting, audition, or whatever, and go from there. I was like, I didn't think nothing of it, because it was a woman. It was a woman that said it'll be a woman there. I was like, all right, cool. I sat back. I said, let me protect myself a little bit. So what I did was I posted about it like on Twitter and on Facebook. I was like, yo, at this meeting at this hotel downtown, y'all pray for me. But I put it out there just to protect myself and say, okay, in case something did happen, they'd be like, well, he said he was going here or whatever. I get to the place, I get to the hotel, they tell me what room she's in. I go to the room, she's there. We're talking about, this is the breakdown of what the movie's gonna be about. I'm like, okay, cool. What's the well, we got you set up. We want to do this part for you. This part here is kind of like, what you do on Empire and stuff like that. You'll be, and kind of making the music and stuff like that. I was like, cool, because it's something, you're in my lane. We good. But she started saying little side stuff about like, you a nice looking, do. I was just like, yeah, what I'm saying? You got the face, you get a nice physical feature, you good. I was like, yeah. But the conversation started going on a flirtatious, sexual kind of manner. And I was just like, I'm feeling this tension, because I'm like, I gotta respond to the things that she's telling me or that she's saying. I gotta keep it PG, because I don't want to say anything that's gonna sound like I'm sounding like, on some creep stuff, what I'm saying? So whatever she was saying, I was throwing, I appreciate that, it's cool. But we gonna, I wanna, we can go and make this happen. We'll see. Let me know what y'all offering, and that's why I'm here, to see if we can make this happen. Cool. After so many back and forth, she was just like, I want to, we want to give you this part. I want to see if I can get you this part. And when she said that, I was like, see if I can get this part. But you brought me here to kind of say like I had it. So I'm like, okay. So in other words, it was a audition. It was a casting couch audition to be like, what are you going to do? What are you willing to do to get me to change my mind, or to put me in a position to make me want to, kind of, put you in this spot. So I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like I said, I got music on, I got music here, I got reels. This is what I'm on. It was more like she wanted me to smash. And I was just like, if I go down this route, if don't get me wrong, like I said, I thought about it. But I was like, if I go down this route, there's no turning back. Which means if I do this and something happens, whether it's positive or negative, it's gonna come back on me. And I was just like, I can't have that. I can't have that type of vibe, coming on me, because it's like, yeah, it'll be some years later, Rekkhan smash, what I'm saying, blah blah blah, to get it, whatever. Because I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I've been approached by some people saying, yo, I want you to have this, but you kind of, you gotta make it do what it do. And I was like, no, we ain't going that route. I'm good. And I'm gonna give you one more before I go. It was a scene that they wanted to shoot for this TV show. They was shooting an orgy scene. All right, cool. At first, I got approached by it. They sent me a message telling me, are you interested in shooting this in this orgy scene? The man in me, I'm like, yeah. I'm with it. I give me a girl on this side, give me a girl on this side, and we just, every take we make a pact. We go and make a pact and say, yo, we gonna stick together. when it's time, when action gets rolled, it's just us. We just in our thing while everyone else is doing whatever. We gonna be over here. So I was with it. I'm like, look at me. They like, well, they like me. They know me from other stuff. So it was like, it's cool. Physically, I'm good. So I'm good to look at. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's make it happen. And then when they sent the message back, and I told them, I basically let them know, like, okay, I might consider it, what y'all want to do. And I was like, well, it's a scene, so it's gonna be uncomfortable. Like, I don't mind if it's other stuff happening around. It ain't got nothing to do with me. If somebody's doing something over there, somebody's doing something over there, I'm over here in my thing with mine doing my thing. So I was like, it ain't no big thing. So, but then when they went further, they was like, well, you can't choose who you're gonna be with, or it doesn't mean that you're gonna stay with those particular people, that whoever you grouped yourself up with. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, it's an orgy, and with an orgy, anything goes and everything is gonna be going. I was just like, no thank you. I'm gonna have to pass on it. So I started getting, more and more. They was sending me emails that they was upping the numbers. Like the number, it was a row. I think it was like, at first it was maybe like 600-700. And then they kept bumping it up. They kept bumping the number up because they wanted me to be on this. Because they was like, well, if I can't do it like I want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to get approached while I'm something's happening, and some guy or whatever comes over there as a way of being like, okay, let's, you gotta roll with this. Camera just rolling, so it's kind of like somebody, especially be somebody in the background, some director, like, just go with it. Like, no, I'm not going with it. And I get up and I be like, I'm not with this part. I'm not with, like, if we want to, do some stuff. And I had the women. I was good with that one. I got two over here that if some jump off, they with it. We can, But I was like, if you put me in a compromising position, I'm up. Which means if I get up, raise a fuss, leave set, then all of a sudden I'm difficult. I don't want, I can't work with this guy. This guy he's unprofessional. He walked off set in the middle of the scene, and we had to shoot around him because his face was all there, or his whatever, or his dick was in the camera, or whatever the situation was. So I was more like, I dodged that bullet because I know how people act. Once you sign off on it, and they put you in the middle of it, they're gonna hit you with whatever you don't want to do. They'll sit back and hit you with it like the last moment and be like, while we're at it, hey Bob, come over here and sit next to whatever and rub his leg or something while he's, it's gonna be something that I was gonna be like, I'm not comfortable. I'm really not comfortable. I have my standards. I have my morals, to the point of being like, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of, I'm not a fan of another dude. I'm just not. It's just nothing against anybody nothing against anybody that I know that who like dudes. Ain't no thing. I just don't. That's just my thing. I don't love them no less. Love them even more. Like, yo, they're my peoples. But the thing is, I don't trip. But let me do my thing over here, and let me do it my way. But they was pushing it toward me. They was pushing that. I was like, and they kept throwing the numbers at me to think that it was gonna be enough money for me to be like, okay, it just didn't work for me. I was just like, they kept pushing it, and the more they kept pushing it, the more I was more like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because y'all, they were really, really, really trying to push it, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to put myself in a situation that's gonna basically mess up everything that I've built, everything that I've worked on, and everything I've built, because they use the buzzwords, the difficult, and he's unprofessional. Like, nope, I'm not doing none of it. So I just like, nah. So they went up to, like, I don't know, it was I think it was maybe like close to $2,000. I was just like, and trust me, I needed that bread. I would have loved to have that bread. It would have helped out a lot, family man and everything. But in the end, It wasn't. It's not worth it. It's not worth selling out your boundaries and your standards. If that's if you're comfortable, cool. But if you're not, yo, man, don't put yourself in situations like that, man, because they come back. They come back, man. And like I said, luckily I've been able to be blessed to be put in positions that I see it coming. I see it. I'm just like, let me see what they trying to do. I give them the look like. I wrote about it in my book. I was like, yo, I know. I smell a setup. I smell it. I'm a street dude. I can smell a setup. So, but yeah, like I said, the business is crazy. Be careful on who you are around because they're out there. And for those who, quote unquote, want that fame and want that fortune and think that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Like, okay, you do what you gotta do. And what made it even, kind of crazier with that, when I told the story, I was on another set and I talked about this. It was people that were there like, man, why you didn't do it? Why you didn't do it? You could have. I was like, bro, really? And it was not only dudes, it was girls telling me the same thing. Like, I would, if it was me, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's you, that's not me. And in my mind, I'm just like, look where you at and look where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing about, all money ain't good money. So like I said, it's always consequences for your actions. So you just, it was one of them things. I was just like, I was shocked. I was just like, and they was like, man, really? It was that much? I would have did it. I was like, yeah, you probably would have. You know what I'm saying? And then we would have never seen you again. That'd have been your one moment, and that money would have been gone and spent. And then you'd have been like, what I'm gonna do now? Then, you'd have been that dude. You'd have been pigeon toed. They'd have been like, this dude right here, he's willing to do everything for $1. So desperation is a cheap cologne. It's a nasty cologne. So don't wear it. So like I said, Katt Williams joint is crazy. He dropped a lot of gems and put a lot of people. He threw a lot of shots out there, but he was basically bringing them. They came at him, so he brought them in. He brought them to set the record straight, and the man brought receipts. So what can you do? What can you do? It is, hey, be safe. Don't start no trouble. Try your best not to put yourself in these compromising situations because they're there. And me being in entertainment, it happens all the time. So listen for the words. And to go back to the young lady when I went to the hotel, what got me out of it was I did an old move I did an old move that my cousin used to do to me. My cousin would have me call him. He'll hit me up and say, dude, just call me back in the next, next few minutes and fake an emergency. And that's how I did it. That's what happened with that. I was, I got a chance to text my cuz like, dude, hit me up. And then he hit me up maybe like a couple minutes later. I answered, let him know like, yeah, what? What happened? Oh, dude, I was like, I excused myself out of the situation, which paid off because, like I said, now they know what happened. But I didn't get the part, obviously. But the fact that I didn't dive in. But luckily, like I said, I had the moment that I thought ahead. It was like, man, hit me up. So got the call, faked an emergency, got out of there, got home, was just like, the next thing you know, I didn't hear anything about it. And then I guess they supposed to start filming, and they was like, we casted whoever. I'm not gonna say who it was, and I don't know if it ever came out, if it's on some show or some Netflix or wherever. I don't know where it is or what the movie is. I just know the breakdown. So I didn't shoot out for it. So, but yeah, they put you in the position to be like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Nah, I'm good. You be safe. Don't start no trouble. I see you when I see you. Yo, the snakes are out there, and they want you, and they want you to sell your soul. I ain't going that route. I see you when I see you. Peace.
REKK Report.